Hello everyone. What do you know about Saudi Arabia?
Oil.
Do you want us to trap you?
What do you know? Okay. Last. What do you think is this number? Try to read.
Water.
Sorry? This number, indicated number.
Oil.
This is how much oil Saudi Arabia has.
Oh my gosh.
So to people who just think about why you should use oil instead of solar cells, we have a lot of oil. We have a huge amount of oil. According to Statistical Review of World Energy 2010, when oil was measured in 2010 globally, there were 188.8 million tons of oil around the world. As you can see here, we have the most place that we have oil is Saudi Arabia, and second one is Canada, and we have Russia, United States, Venezuela. We have many places that has oil, and we didn't know other places that maybe has oil. So even though oil is not renewable resource, many scientists say that there are many unknown places. Like you don't know, maybe in Africa, maybe in Saudi Arabia inside, more than the original we just got. That may help us, and they estimated that we can live with the oil like over 100 years old, 100 years. So why we are concerned about we can live with oil? So today my thesis is about we should use oil instead of solar cells to produce electricity. Who disagree with it? I think most of you will disagree. I saw the survey. So today you'll convince me. So here's some keywords to help you understand. Okay. So here comes some keywords, as you say, renewable is to renew itself. So basically we all human want everything that is easy and cheap and effective, right? Like for example, we don't cook some traditional food. We just go to eat fast food because we're kind of lazy. We don't want something like expensive and late to get and like that. So I believe that using oil rather than using solar cells can make energy more efficiently, and because it's not cheap, it's not expensive. And also we have a lot of oil around the world, as you can see in the picture. So we have a huge amount of oil. So we should put our focus on oil, how to get oil, and how to produce it, and how to save it, how to consume it really well. So today I'm going to talk about the reason why we should use oil instead of solar cells by showing you that solar cells have more disadvantages than advantages, poor efficacy, and unreasonable price. So the first reason is disadvantages. Some people claim that solar cells looks ugly when it is in their house, as you can see here. Some people just claim that it looks ugly. I don't want to talk about it on my house. And some other people say maybe someone just break the solar cell by stone or something, and it's really expensive, and as you will know later. Also, according to negative effects of solar cells website 2010, solar cells may cause some disease. For example, there is a disease called scars. There is scars on lungs tissue inside when you smell dust. For example, when the dust would fall on the solar cells, and suddenly you just blow the dust and you breathe it accidentally, you will have scars in your lungs inside the tissue. So this is another disadvantage. Also, another one is it requires a sunny day. Here in Canada, we don't have a lot of sunny days, right? So we can't. Here in Canada, it's really hard to have solar cells, especially in the winter. Another disadvantage is solar cells don't work all the time. For example, we have only just maybe 12 hours. Then sometimes we have 12-hour daytime, and the 12 hours is the night, right? And the night we don't have sun, so it will not work at night. Last disadvantage is it requires a huge land. As you can see here, you have to buy a huge land to have solar cells. Like example, in our country, we have the even here you have to buy land, and which is really expensive, and you just lose money while using solar cells. So let's move on to another reason, which is poor efficacy. The first poor efficacy is that, according to learn about solar cells alternative in early 2008, solar cells are not well developed right currently. We just in US there is 1% of use of solar cells in US only. So imagine that US, the well developed country, just only use 1% right now. And another one is this solar cells only. Now currently we have convert only 20 to 30% to electricity, which is just maybe it lights your house for 5 hours, like at least 5 hours. It's not enough. Another one, it is not an effective and easy way to change all the things like cars, houses, from oil, using oil to produce electricity to solar cells. And there is an estimated, according to Lindley 2011, we need almost 7 trillion to make the shift from using oil to using the solar cells. Imagine 7 trillion. We can spend the 7 trillion in other things. Education, poor people in Africa, we can feed them. Just forgot solar cells. The last point is unreasonable price. Here is the most shocking one. Too expensive. Solar cells are too expensive, and I can't imagine how someone would buy this. A cell is like this one, small one, produce only 1 watt of electricity. And you know how much is it? $250. $250, yes, only 1 watt. How about if you use oil? 100 watt. By using oil, you can just only you pay just for the bill only 24 cents a day. Come on, okay. So can I open it? And according to TLC, a discovery company, it is a discovery company, you need to have 41 square inches of solar panel. You need like this one, 401. 41,000. So imagine one solar cell is 250. So 41 in a square inch of solar panel is how much? Is it like this? That is $16,000. Are you going to buy? Okay. So here, maybe someone will say that oil causes pollution, global warming, and I told you something. Think about it. Do you attempt to get cancer? You want to get some cancer or some health problems? No, of course, right? So our solvents, we have all of us. We have solvents which may cause some disease. For example, according to National Cancer Institute 2011, solvents may cause cancer. But we still use it, right? Because we still use it. We can't stop using it because it's really, you can't live without it, right? So it's the same as the oil. We can't live without it, right? We can't stop using the oil. It's in everything. The plastic produced by oil, clothes, some clothes, and some carbons, and the energy, electricity we are using now. And everything, we can't stop using oil and just go to solar cells. So today, I talked about why we should use oil to produce electricity instead of using solar cells. I hope I have convinced you to consider that using solar cells is not a good choice to produce electricity due to its disadvantages, poor efficacy, and reasonable price. To conclude with the quote is, as Teresa said, to keep a lamp burning, we have to keep putting oil in it. Thank you. So here's the questions. How much do you pay your electricity bill usually? Like people who How much you pay?
For what?
Electricity bill every month.
Every month? 98. 98.
Okay.
About $100 a month. Less in the summer, more in the winter.
Yeah. Okay.
I have electric heat at my house, though.
That's it.
You have electric heat?
Yeah, but they didn't use it.
What? It's freezing in your house.
No, actually it's warm. It's not. Sometimes they use it, but it's not all.
You have a furnace? Like you have
Yes,
vents?
yeah.
I don't have vents at my house. I just have electric baseboard heaters.
Oh,
So it's very expensive. It's expensive, but when you add up the natural gas bill and an electric bill, it's about the same. But it's more in the winter for sure. My house.
So it's cheap. It's like cheap, right? 100 a month. A month is much better than solar cells. It's really expensive solar cells that you can see. Hey, you know how much is that solar bill? Just only 16,000.
Do you have any evidence
Yeah, about.
about this one is expensive?
They just want to
I have
stop.
it. I have it. I told you about the TLC at Discovery Company. You need to have 41 square inches of solar panels, okay? And that will cost you $15,000.
15,000.
15,000. 1600.
Wow.
Are you going to buy this? No, no, man. And it's not really effective. At night you can use it.
At night, but we can, it's still working at night because the energy is...
I know, but how about if you just stop? Yesterday I was thinking about to recharge my camera, and I thought about if I don't have electricity right now, where can I get the electricity? Can I just wait until the morning and run from
You
the
don't
sun?
have to wait because the energy will be possessed with that, you know?
I think in the morning we don't have sunlight. You can see where is the sun now?
It's like battery. You can charge it. It's like in the morning
Where
you
is
want
the
to charge
sun?
it.
Where is the sun?
It's like you
The
charge
only
it.
way is to get electricity. So
You
yeah,
can
right.
use.
yeah. Actually, the problem with oil is not just because it's cheap or it's expensive.
Okay.
Because the effect of our environment.
Okay, the same as the cell.
No, it's terrible.
And it's so effective. So
What?
we can the cell affect
Cell phones?
Yes.
No, you compare with the solar.
No, but I know what I mean. But we have concern about the environmental issues, right? But the same idea with solar cells. We have concern about our brain, right?
I have a question as well.
Yes, go ahead.
Not for you.
Yes.
So in Arabic man's view, the oil is so cheap, but so expensive. And I have a question for you. Do you think about in the future, if the oil ran out, I mean, if we have no oil to use, how can we deal with the producing of electricity?
Yeah, I think Owen has a really good point.
Yes.
That's why solar cells are really like, we have to consider that.
But now some people say
But what about
some
why
people
you're
use it
thinking,
right now.
why you are just thinking about your generation, yourself, why you don't, I don't know, you're not considering the other generation, you're not considering the humanities, and this is,
Okay, I know
I
what you
disagree
mean.
with this.
This one I explained after my presentation. So after my presentation, after 1 minute, just like that. But you can check that again. Just no one.
Yeah, I know, but.
Like we can let
Tell you
what
because
is
your
it?
country, this is my
I
country.
know.
So we have to think about the future of our
Okay,
country,
just
you know?
this is only Saudi Arabia, not all
No,
now.
you know, Abdullah, something, I think you'll start paying taxes.
So
I think in Canada also they have the same.
yeah, as you can see here, it's like 260 second barrel, which is like around.
Canada is the
It's
second,
the
I
same.
think, yeah.
Same. Canada is the same.
The second.
Yeah.
We have a huge one. So after the next generation, as I said. So